I gotta check something really quick, guys. Hold on. That was weird why it said that. Okay, I have a little bit of time. My kids are coming over for dinner this evening. So okay, so it's fine. So I'm gonna be on here for a few. Okay. So happy Sunday, everybody. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day so far today. It's been a busy day for me already. Very busy already. Okay. It's yucky, rainy outside. Yuck. Hello, hello. Hey, Jeremy, how are you? Oh my goodness. So, what do you think about the shooting in Minneapolis of Renee Good? What do you think about that? So many people are freaking out, and here's the thing, like, there's consequences. Is it a sad situation? Absolutely. Yes, it's sad that somebody had their life taken. But at the same time, this same exact thing happened. It was about a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, in Baltimore, Maryland, where somebody ran over an officer and killed them with their car. So people say she didn't have a deadly weapon. She had the biggest deadly weapon, her car. And they're talking about where the wheels were pointed. Do you think the officer's looking at where the wheels are pointed? Give me a break. You should not be in a place like that. When an officer says get out, you get out. If you know that there's a possibility it could turn out bad, you're making that choice. You put yourself in that situation. Yes, I know, Lexi. Hi, sweetheart. It's ridiculous. It's sad, yes, that happened. But quit blaming the police officers. And I'm going to say it, it's the left that's pushing this, telling people to get out there and fight ICE and fight the police officers and fight. And then when somebody loses their life to it, then it's the officer's fault. So is the officer supposed to just sit there and get ran over? Like I said, that's what happened back in Baltimore, Maryland. It's happened. Why go there and start shit? Do what you're told. Obey the law. There won't be a problem. That's all you have to do. But they're not there to do that, okay? I got this new book, you guys. It's called The Internal Family Systems Workbook. And I am doing this one. So IFS is Internal Family Systems. I want to read this part to you. There are 4 goals of IFS that you will have the opportunity to explore in this workbook. The first is the liberation of parts from extreme roles. By showing compassion to your parts, they are able to transform. An overworked part can learn to relax and enjoy life. An overly critical part can offer helpful advice rather than scathing critique. Secondly, IFS helps parts know they don't have to run everything. Things go better when they trust self. Parts need to learn that you aren't a little kid anymore. They can trust self to lead. Third, IFS helps parts to know each other and live more harmoniously. Conflicting parts can learn to appreciate what other parts bring, and you can experience more wholeness and peace inside. And then lastly, IFS can help bring more self leadership to your external world. Self leadership is the ability to connect with yourself and parts so you can live from a place of courage, compassion, and curiosity. When you have compassion for your own parts, you're able to extend more compassion outwardly to your family, friends, and community. God is good. Hello, happy life. So, going inside. Parts work is, in general, an opportunity to go within. Throughout this workbook, however, you will come across going inside prompts. These are further opportunities within exercises to stop, look inward, and practice any given exercise more deeply. We're used to reading books to accumulate knowledge and to build up our mental acumen, but this workbook is designed to be experiential. So you're invited to go inside and actually try this stuff out. Some of these exercises might seem foreign to you at first, but my hope is that you will find them useful for your journey and they will encourage you to meet your parts with maximum compassion and curiosity. IFS changes lives. It is an evidence-based approach with a proven track record to bring more healing, self-energy, and hope to the world. Now it is your turn to experience this transformative tool for yourself. This might be the most important journey you ever take. So then this workbook belongs to me. Hi, Sos. Hi, Bubba's. Hi, baby. My intention for going on this IFS journey is blank, blank, and then we're supposed to sign it and date it. Okay? Today is January 11th. Geez, it's already January 11th, you guys, 2026. Self-assessment. To begin your journey, take a few moments to fill out this IFS self-assessment. This will help you assess what areas you may find most useful to focus on in your healing IFS journey. Answer as honestly as you can. Check the boxes that are generally true for you. Check all that apply. Okay, you guys, got a pen and paper? Because we can do this together, okay? We can do this journey together. I can read these and you can write them and you can check the ones that apply to you. So let's go. Then you don't have to go buy the book. I often feel overwhelmed by my emotions. Check. I have trouble accessing my emotions. No. I have difficulty communicating my emotions to loved ones. I often work to the point of burnout. Check. I have trouble setting healthy boundaries with others. Check. It's hard for me to speak up. Check. I feel a lot of rage inside. No. I sometimes don't know why I make certain choices. I don't know. I often regret things I've said to others or actions I've taken. No, not really. I fear embarrassing myself in public. I wish I could control my anger. Sometimes I spiral into depression. Sometimes I get panic attacks. Check. I think I might have PTSD. Check. I know I do. I have childhood wounds that still need healing. Check. I have unresolved conflict in some of my relationships. Check. I'm easily triggered by things people say. Check. I wish I could silence my inner critic. Check. I say yes when I really mean no. Yes. Check. Sometimes I feel like there are parts of me in conflict with each other. Check. I would like more harmony and peace inside. Who wouldn't? I have a lot of negative self-talk. I struggle to have compassion for people I disagree with. Check. I'm hard on myself when I make mistakes. Check. I have bouts of anxiety. Check. I would like to be more courageous. I want to have more curiosity with people I don't understand. I avoid conflict. Check. I wish I wasn't so passive. I feel burdened by all the unrest in the world. Check. I would like to learn more about how my family and culture impacts me today. Check. I have behaviors or habits I would like to change. Check. I desire to be more confident leader. Check. Okay. Wow. So I checked a lot of those, you guys. My son's not home, is he? So I'm just being real. I'm just being real here. A plus for Bella, you pass. Lexi, wow, there's a lot in here. So I've checked a lot of these, a lot of them. So let's go to the next one. What's it say next? As you read this list and spent time with each statement, how did you feel? Were there particular statements that resonated strongly with you? Did many resonate with you or just a few? These statements are meant to describe how a particular part or parts of you may impact your thoughts, emotions, or actions. As you move through this workbook, try to have compassion for these parts, even the ones you would like to shift. They are part of you for a reason. They are trying to help you. Tune into them and try to understand them a bit more. Whether you checked a few boxes or a lot, this workbook will be a useful tool for your self-discovery. IFS tip. IFS has been used extensively as a therapeutic tool by mental health professionals. This workbook takes some of the practices that are used in a therapeutic setting and presents them in a form for use by individuals. If at any time as you work through this workbook you feel overwhelmed, please reach out for support to a friend or mental health professional. If you do not have existing resources available, resources for support are listed at the back of this book. Okay. An intro into meditation. Okay, I'm going to skip that right now. Oh, you can scan. Oh, you can scan this thing. It's an audio recording. Okay, it tells you how to meditate. How's the housing long term? Hey, Edwin, how are you? My housing's good. Mental health is real. Part 1, getting to know yourself and parts. Okay, congratulations, you're taking this journey. Okay, blah, 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 blah. An invitation to go within. We spend so much time in the external world looking at screens, seeking outside validation. What would happen if we spent more time inside ourselves? This practice is an invitation to go within. This is the first step to assessing your parts, to get to know yourself and parts, and you will need to become familiar with going inside yourself. You can follow the guide here to practice going inside. Find an inviting space or a comfy chair. Close your eyes to remove any distractions. Take a few deep breaths. Notice what comes up inside you. Are there certain thoughts, emotions, sensations, or parts that show up? Are there nervous parts, impatient parts, agitated or indifferent parts, skeptical or hopeless parts? Let them know they are all welcome. Focus on each part one by one to see which parts may be present in your internal system. Move to curiosity. Stay open to any part or feeling that shows up. When you're ready, come back to the outer world and open your eyes. Take 5 minutes to try these prompts for going inside. When you're done, answer these questions. So then we'll do that at some point. And then it asks you, did it feel comfortable or uncomfortable for you to go inside? What thoughts, feelings, or sensations? Discovering yourself, calm, clarity. There's a lot of these little scan things that we can. So we're going to work on this workbook, you guys. If you would like to do it together, then you could either order it on Amazon, right? It was like $13, I think. I think I got it for like $13. Or I can just read to you guys, and you can have get yourself a notebook, just a cheap notebook, and you can write down what I'm reading. And then you can answer it yourselves. Jeez, it's cold. Hey, Eddie. Superior white goddess wife slave. Eddie Bella is not into slavery. Yeah, I'm not into that. So I know he's into all that. You know that he said last night that he wants to be my slave, and I said, I'm just, I just am not into that. I'm not in Canada, Edwin. I'm not in Canada. Did they ever say if it was a justified shooting? Hey, Jeremy. Oh, you already, were you here? Please say yes. No, they have not. But everybody's in an uproar about it. And I'm sorry, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but when you've got somebody, I mean, you should have seen some of these riots or whatever you want to call them. I do not think they were peaceful protests, okay? These people were coming at these officers, okay? These officers are out there to do a job. And when you've got people coming out there blocking the roads so officers can't get through, throwing things at them, breaking their windows, approaching them with their car like they're going to run them over, that officer wants to get home to their family that night. And if you're coming at me with a fucking car, you better damn believe I'm going to shoot. Sorry. Like, oh, the wheels were turned the opposite way. Again, the officer wasn't sitting there looking at the wheels. You know what I mean? Hey, Big D. Hey. Hello, DPT617. How are you guys? So I just say if she didn't go there and she didn't do what she was doing, she would be here today. I do not believe that officer is at fault for stopping them from running them over. Like I said, it happened in Baltimore, Maryland about a year ago to another officer, and they were killed. Don't be sad, honey. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. It's cold. Everybody has a different opinion on everything. A lot of people hang their hat on that Fox video. Turns out it's an AI. What one is an AI? I haven't seen the video. I've just heard different news stations talking about it. I've heard Jimmy Kimmel talk about it. I've heard Rachel Maddow talk about it. I've heard Megyn Kelly talk about it. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. They too first determine if it was justified shooting before anything is done, but that's just my dumbass opinion. Yeah, I mean, was she supposed to wait to just get ran over? I don't understand. The cop cell phone video Fox played. See, and that's the thing, and I don't like the fact that everyone's pushing the AI, and even Trump is like really into this AI. AI is going to be the downfall of us. I just feel that, social media, AI, it's terrible. Bye, Eddie. Have a good day. It's just, you never know what's real anymore, And they can make things look very real. Yeah. They can make things look very real. Thank you. I don't want to work tomorrow, you guys. I have so much that's due and so much I have to do, but my daughter and grandkids are coming over for dinner. I think I decided I'm just going to order dinner. I'm too tired to cook it tonight. Hey, Judge, how are you? Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for the super chat. That's very sweet of you. Where have you been, Jeremy? I haven't seen you around. Well, you were here the other night, but you're here in the beginning and then you're gone. And I'm like, where did he go? Judge, where are you right now? We're thinking of moving to Montana. Montana. Well, that's where my daughter and son-in-law want to move, possibly to Montana. So, um, I could do it for a while. I hate the snow, but um, let's see something really quick. Says, good afternoon, Bella. Okay. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. What's on your mind? God wants to hear from you. But in your hearts, revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. But do this with gentleness and respect. Think of 1 to 3 things Jesus has done for you and thank him for that. Imagine giving your praise to God. Look to the Lord and his strength. Seek his face always. In what ways do you need God to show up today? Talk to God about what you need and try adding those things to your prayer list. See, so many people, I thought it was in 2 weeks, huh? Didn't you say 2 weeks? AI will destroy all these platforms if they don't get a grip. No one believes. I know. Lexi, nobody believes anything anymore. Living the dream. I just got back to Houston from the cabin, going back in April for the summer. I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. January 20th. That's my mom's birthday. Jeremy, January 20th. That's my mama's birthday. If you guys could please continue to pray for my mom. She's still not doing well. They're not going to be able to operate to get out her mass. They just can't. She's just too old, 84. She's too old. They can't do it. Yeah, she's not doing good, honey. I'll email you. I will. I took a picture of my radio for Sean. Sean, if you're listening, I can show you the photo. I said I would go. Judge, you just got to tell me where, when, how to get there. And I got to find a job. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it, honey. I would have to find a job wherever I go because I cannot not work. I have to work. What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say. Hold on. Do I hear my son coming home? Hold on. Trump just outsmarted the elites trying to control. There was something I read about hold on. Jodi Arias. What?
Somebody who likes attention.
Do you remember Juan Martinez, you guys? Remember him? Jodi Arias. Remember Jodi Arias trial? Do you guys remember? Okay, so here's a video of the ICE thing.
just hours after a federal agent fatally shot a woman in her vehicle. We captured these scenes at Roosevelt High School, a few miles away.
The first thing I see is 6 or 7 or 8 SUVs parked in the street, people in, military fatigues, essentially, masks. There were lots of yelling, whistling. It was really chaotic.
But think
It was
about
around
it.
3:30 p.m. Classes had been dismissed and students were trickling out of school.
We were in a staff meeting talking about the shooting that happened earlier in the day. Another staff member came in and informed us within about 5 or 10 minutes of that meeting starting that the agents were outside.
Okay, agents are allowed to be outside. If these people would have minded their own business, here it is. Iran threatens retaliation of U.S. if U.S. intervenes in protest
Good
crackdown.
evening. I'm John Yang. As anti-government protests in Iran and the ruling regime's bloody crackdown on them both intensify, Tehran warned the United States to stay out of it. White House national security advisors are said to be weighing a broad range of potential responses, including direct military
A job,
strikes.
it's 3 hours from the nearest town. There's enough to do there. Split firewood, garden, woodworking. I know, but how am I going to make money? I'm not old enough to get Social Security yet.
And I have a message for the delusional American president. In order to avoid miscalculations, be aware that if you take action to attack Iran, both the occupied territories and all U.S. military centers, bases, and ships in the region will be considered legitimate targets by us.
While numbers are hard to know with any certainty because Iran's internet and phone service have blocked, the Human Rights Watchdog Group told the Associated Press that more than 500 people have been killed and 10,000 detained. Iran's top prosecutor said rioters would be dealt with without leniency, mercy, or appeasement. Bob Weir, guitarist, songwriter, and founding member of the Grateful Dead, has died.
This $49 Japanese knife sharpener brings a dead kitchen knife back to life in seconds, and nobody believes it's real. Honestly, I was the first non-believer. I was ready to send it back unopened. You know why?
Tucker Carlson has called out his fellow conservatives for downplaying and even in some cases celebrating the fatal ICE shooting of U.S. citizen Renee Nicole Good. Cenk, are you surprised by this?
I am, and I am pleasantly surprised, and I don't mind saying it. I think what's happening is that the online shows freed from corporate media, Fox News, MSNBC,
Look at my hands, you guys. Are now from my arthritis.
beginning to
They're all
realize
swollen.
where the American people lie. And the majority of American people were already against mass deportations, let alone these massively excessive violence that is being used. And this was unfortunately a perfect example of it. So I think what people like Tucker Carlson are doing is they're beginning to see, most decent people don't want a 37-year-old Christian woman being shot in the head 3 times because she was trying to run away from law enforcement in that case. So look, this is the development that I was hoping for, but let's give you the facts on what he said.
I do want to just make a quick caveat to your statement about the difference between, corporate media and online, digital, independent media. There is an exception because Daily Wire hosts are certainly part of the digital media, part that we are in, obviously not ideologically, but in terms of where we air and broadcast our show. They seem to have an inherent interest in dividing the country because what we've heard from Matt Walsh in the follow-up to this disastrous and tragic incident is only meant to divide Americans. But in the case of Tucker Carlson, he's trying to get people to think a little differently. And I think it's important for people to maybe consider this approach. So his newsletter had the title, "The Minnesota Shooting, Venezuela, Gaza, It's All Connected." Interesting. Now, Carlson begins by stating that yesterday's shooting has served as an opportunity for conservatives to score political points because Good should not have been blocking the road with her car. Hysterical protesters took to the streets, and liberal leaders like Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey are behaving like children. So there was some, typical conservative throat clearing that took place early on in this newsletter. However, that aside, he continues with this. The 37-year-old was an American citizen and reportedly the mother of a kindergarten-age child. I should note that, her child is now an orphan because the father of that child passed away previously. It's just it's tragic. I mean, if you value human life and you think about what the future of that child is going to be, it's a tragic story. It's not something to celebrate or win, political brownie points on. But nonetheless, he also says, did we disagree with her views on immigration? Probably, but that shouldn't matter. Her death is a tragedy regardless of her partisan affiliations, ideological beliefs, or who pulled the trigger. How come so few conservatives are viewing this story through a human lens? And why, when something similar, like the killing of Charlie Kirk, happens on the other side, did many on the left celebrate because they thought his political positions were wrong? And here's Carlson's explanation for why the country is currently undergoing this type of depraved culture. Violence around the world is desensitizing Americans to violence.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Yeah, and I said something similar to that during the show yesterday when I was covering this story.
I'm literally just waiting to get the phone call that, you got to get down here and see her. She doesn't have long left. That's the call I'm waiting for, really. And that's going to be rough. I mean, my mom and I have, how do I say it? We don't have the mother-daughter relationship that every daughter wants to have with their mom, We don't have that. She's never been a good mom to me, but she's my mom. She's my only mom. And I spent so much of my life trying to gain her approval and her love and her acceptance. I spent so many years of my life trying to get her to love me, and it didn't happen. She said it a couple months back on the phone. She said things were going to be different, she's going to make it through this and we're going to be a family. But then some things happened after that. Some things were said that were very hurtful. And I've kind of distanced myself from her again. So it's going to be, when she does pass, it's going to be rough. It is. It's going to be rough. Thank you, Lexi. I don't think we're going to. That's why I don't like pushing the catch-up button when you're lagging. Now you're sad. Pushing the catch-up button? What's that? Pushing the catch-up button when you're lagging. Now you're... I'm not sad, hon. Big D, the whole situation is sad. It is, but I've accepted it. I've accepted my destiny with my mom, or I've accepted what it is. And it's never going to be what I want it to be. And that's okay. I can't force her to feel love in her heart for me. I can't. That's not would I want to force that. If it's not there, it's not there. Hey, thank you. Hey, Michelle. Oh, every time you make a text. Does anyone else have a relationship like that with their mom? Anyone on here? Like, or dad? Like, you guys have strained relationships with your parents, you know, either one. Yeah, some people are, yeah. And my mom is built different. Your mom is your twin. My mom had a very hard upbringing herself. And she just didn't know any better. And so I've forgiven her for not doing better. And I love her. None of us are perfect parents. But I will say this. Growing up, having a mother that didn't love you the way a parent should love their child, you grow up feeling unlovable your whole life, not just from your mom, but from other people you have relationships with. It's like, okay, if my own mom didn't love me, then how could my husband love me, or how could my kids love me? You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of work to get out of that mind frame, because you constantly feel like you have to prove yourself, and you have to do this and you have to do that. I was always close for 47 years, never thought until one day she just had enough of me, and we have been estranged since us. Oh no, I'm sorry. Big D. Your mom needs a daughter-in-law? I'm sorry, DPT. So you guys were fine, and then all of a sudden things weren't fine? What happened? Like, did a big blow-up happen, or what? You don't have to share if you don't want. I'm curious of other people's relationships. You know, and then I ended up getting married, right? And I got a mother-in-law from hell. I mean, she wasn't from hell, but oh my gosh, her son could do no wrong. He was perfect in her eyes. He never was at fault for anything, and he was adopted and an only child. And his mother was in our business all the time, and oh my gosh. So I didn't even get blessed with the amazing mother-in-law, unfortunately. But, all that should do is make us want to do better for our children, right? And I know I've done things, with my kids. I wasn't a perfect mother, there's a lot of guilt there for time lost that when I was dependent on opiates when they were younger, whether I still was present, but it controlled things, me having to have my pain pills, you know what I mean? I'd rather not, but I did leave you my email number. Oh, you did? Earth Angel, hey, honey, I didn't know it was you. Sometimes you have the fact that things will not change. I know that may be hard. Yeah, I just feel like it won't. And that's okay, It is what it is. That meant to be a grandma. Yes, I love my grandbabies so much. Like, they're the most precious things ever. And, I'm blessed. I've got Sosa. I've got my grandson. I've got my granddaughter. I've got my daughter. I've got my son-in-law. Did I say my son already? And we all love each other very much, and we have our family dinners and, just spend time together. I didn't have that growing up, Do you party with your family? No. No. I didn't have that growing up. I was alone a lot growing up in my room, and there wasn't like family time. Well, because it was my mom. She was a single mom. My grandson told me I'm going to be a great grandmother. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Yay. Kids are just such a blessing, you guys. Oh my gosh. And my little granddaughter, boy, does she have an attitude already. It's so funny. It's so funny to watch. And she reminds me so much of my daughter when she was young. You're welcome. I'm so happy for you. That's exciting. Life's just weird right now, you guys. Like, everything going on in the world, the unknown, things that we can't control, and everyone's fighting with each other. Everybody's like, a lot of misinformation is being spread all over the internet. And it's when we don't know the truth and we don't know, what's going on and factual things, it makes it hard for us to make decisions in our lives, My daughter was taking, or still is taking, the Ozempic. Oh, and lost almost 150 pounds. And it just seems like she just changed. Oh, your daughter? Not for the better? Do you think it's because of Donald? What, Evans? Do I think what's because of Donald Trump? Do I think what's because of Donald Trump? I don't think everything's Donald Trump's fault, no. Or should I say President Trump? All the unstableness. Oh, no, I don't think it's all because of him. No. Are you kidding? The last administration, did you see what was going on there? I mean, no, it's not all because of Trump. You know what it is, I'll say, is all the people that are out there hating because they hate him so much. That's one of the biggest problems, is just everybody pushing hate. He said he wants to marry. Who wants to marry me? No, she looks fabulous. It just seems like she went from being 40-something to her. Oh, okay. His name is Craig. Who? The media sucks. Yes, it does. And you never know what's true and what's not. My dad said you're smoking hot cougar that needs a lesson. Oh my God. Okay. Josh, why would he say I need a lesson taught to me? I'm at a baby shower and I want to. Donna, you're at a baby shower? You guys got to wake up. You had no choice. You got duped just like we got duped. Go home. I told him to chill out. Oh, you want to go home, Donna? Why do you want to go home? Is it because it's making you want a baby or no? Oh my gosh. You wouldn't even need Viagra? No. If someone was with me, they would not need Viagra. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Last administration didn't do jack. They did a lot of effed up shit. For sure. Oh, 3.5 hours? Yeah, tell them you gotta go, Donna. Tell them you have an emergency. So you know what? I have an emergency online. Somebody needs me. Somebody needs to talk to me online. I gotta go. Hello. Hello. Sterile. Wait, does it say sterile meep? I don't know, you guys. Life's crazy. And I ask myself every day when I wake up to go to work, I'm like, is this it? Like, I look around, and don't get me wrong, I feel blessed. I have a place to live. You know, I have a roof over my head. I've got family. I've got Sosa. I've got clothes on my back. I have food in the refrigerator. I have a job. I have a vehicle to drive. I feel blessed. But I'm like, I'm 57 years old, and is this it? Is this my, this gonna be it? Is this my journey that's, and sometimes that can get depressing. You gotta find out what you feel you miss, I guess. Hey, it is what it is. How are you? Yeah. I just don't know what I would want to do, because I don't want to do what I'm doing now much longer. Hey, Grace. Oh, maybe. Oh, if you're, do you see that in my future, Grace? How's your mom, hon? You have more accomplishments than most. It's inspiring. Oh, Michelle, thank you. I have to tell you, if you are going to go through a divorce and you've been with the same man for 30 years or longer or less, oh, Lexi, thank you. I hope so. I hope so. But it was scary. It was like, okay, he wanted a divorce. We separated for quite a while, and the divorce didn't happen for quite a while, and then it did. And I had 2 years of alimony. And then it's like, okay, after 2 years, you're on your own. Like, you have to figure out how you can support yourself. And at that point, I was 54. So 54 years old, after being a homemaker for many, many years, I was scared to death. And then being a homemaker for so many years, I wasn't paying into Social Security, right? Because he was working and I was taking care of the kids. So I'm like, what about when I hit retirement age? I'm not going to be able to retire until I'm 75. It's like, it's really scary. So I just keep thinking, okay, I got to stick it out here as long as I can, as long as I can deal with it. And then I'll have that experience to go somewhere else and make a really good living. But then I think, do I want to keep doing this? I really don't. Like, this isn't my dream job. It's a nice job because it's a feel-good job. I can help people find housing and stuff. That feels good, you know. I can make a difference in people's lives, and I like that. But it's really hard work. It's exhausting. And I don't know. You'll be able to collect it off of his. Yeah. Start going to church. That's what I know. I need to find a church. It is what it is. I need I'm not religious, but I have a relationship with God. How old is your ex? Need to talk to someone who knows about Social Security benefits. I think as long as you don't get married. Yes, you can't. I can't get married again. I don't know. Yep, I'm going to get employed for 11 years. Then I'll be able to get Social Security. I was a stay-at-home mom for 35 years. You were? Oh my gosh. So you have to work 11 years? I have not dated since my divorce. No. anyone who I've come across that has been interested in me, I've not been interested in. And I don't go out. I don't go to bars. I don't go out. I don't do anything. You found a good church? Good, Grace. I'm happy for you. Yeah, I haven't dated since my divorce. Non-denominational. Yes, for the 40 credits to get. Oh, okay. There's apps though. Oh, for dating? Oh, I don't know. You guys, apps? What about Christian Mingle? Christian Mingle or Bumble? Swipe left? I just can't. I can't do it. I can't go on an app. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just meant to be by myself. No apps, go to church. But you know what? It is what it is. All the good ones are married and taken. You know that? All the good guys are married or taken. You know? I don't know. I know it seems non-romantic, but I know a lot of people who have met someone through them, including divorcees. God has the best plan for you. You know, I could try it. I don't know. It would be, it would be kind of nice to get asked out on a date. But it seems exhausting also on top of my job and everything else. Like, to have to get ready for a date. But it would be nice, to have someone to go out to dinner with, go to movies with. I'm going to have to get credited with my excess benefits. That's another downfall over there. Women are not equal according to the system. Over here, Big D, it can be fair, a little of both. And then I look at myself and I'm like, I'm getting too old, I'm pushing 60. That's like, no one wants to date a 57-year-old. Ex-wives get the same benefits, year, date, calculated child rearing. Year, date. We don't, I didn't get shit from our divorce. 2 years, that's it. And then he decided not to take his, he got a promotion, but he waited until our divorce was final to accept it. So it wouldn't look like he was making more money. They do. There's plenty of people your age looking for love. But you look 10 years younger. Aw, you're sweet. No, I'm starting to look old, Grace. I am. But you know what? I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. It could be worse, right? It could be worse than this. I mean, this isn't, nothing great, but nomadic lifestyle. You are? Isn't that when you live like, no, that's a, what's that called when you live with barely anything, just the necessity? What is that called? Not simple. What's it called? Minimalist. That's what it's called. What's nomadic then? I thought about just buying a what do you call it? Travel trailer, traveling around, Oh, living in your vehicle. Oh, van life. That would be fun. If I could work and live in my vehicle, well, I couldn't live in my vehicle. It's a little truck. But if I could get a vehicle that I could live in and just save, I actually think you would be a match with my friend who was my teacher for graphic design. You both have kids same age and you would match. I just know. Oh, set me up. No, just go to the West Coast. That's where I am. I'm on the West Coast. Come see me. If you're going to the West Coast, come on. Come see me. That's a beautiful thing, though. Getting old. I've lost a few beautiful friends. Hold on. Let me go back. When they were young, another just last month. She was only 61. It is what it is. I'm so sorry. Can I ask what she passed away from? I did a 24-hour on for charity in my country. Not that you have that specifically, but just something completely new. I did start volunteering. I mean, just on my own, volunteering. I go around and pick up trash. It's just something, because when I'm out and about, I'm walking Sosa or whatever, there's trash all over the place. So I go out and pick it up. Right on your ex-husband's sister. Need to look up on Google. He's in Northern Cal. Oh, that's not too far from me. Google got me there on that. Here they calculate child rearing. Well, they didn't calculate that for me. Give all your love to your children. Now it's your turn. Oh, stage 4. Oh, man. 6 weeks? I was married 25 years. We were together 30 years. We were married 25 of those years. God, see? On January 15th, I have a doctor's appointment to get a referral because I have to get a mammogram, but because of the kind of mammogram it is, I have to have a referral. So I'm getting that done. Ugh. I mean, my mom had both of her breasts removed. I mean, cancer's on both sides of my family. My father passed away from cancer. My mom's had cancer a couple times. It's like, I'm doomed. Yeah, that's awful. 6 weeks from the time she got diagnosed. That's scary. Any one of us could be sitting here with something that we don't know about. Cancer is heartbreaking. It is. It's like, Michelle, is your friend a conservative or a liberal? I always wonder about that. Like, could I date someone I could date someone who is a Democrat. I could. It's just how much of a Democrat they were. That's like, if they were hardcore liberal, I couldn't. Because I just don't, my views don't align that way. I am cleared for this year. Got that over last Thursday, even though I hate them. Me too. But congratulations, honey. You're good for a year. You don't think liberal? Again, like I said, that wouldn't be the deciding factor. I've had friends who have dated, done the online dating, and they've showed me, it's like on, the profile, it says they're a Democrat or whatever, and they won't date a Republican. I mean, they say that on there. I didn't think of that. Is that important in the U.S. when dating? Like I said, to me, it's important to a degree. Like, I could date a Democrat. If they were hardcore, far, far, far left, no, I couldn't. Is Montana a red or blue state? Red, honey. Red, and that's why my daughter and son-in-law want to move there. Yeah, I mean, if you have one person who's far, far left and one who's far, far right, the only way it could work out is if you just don't talk about politics. Or, I mean, I don't see, because it just seems like you would live your lives completely different, don't you think? I don't know. Maybe, I'm sure there are people out there that are together that have opposite views of politics, regarding politics, and they're completely on opposite ends of the spectrum. But I don't know. For me, since I'm a conservative, I live a certain way, so I think that would clash with somebody that's far, far left, you know? Maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. I've never dated someone who's a far, far lefter. It works better for me to date someone with similar political beliefs. Yeah. I think it just does, you know? Okay, you guys, I should jump off here. It's freezing. Feels like it's gonna snow. To be fair, my country has like 20 different parties, so it's different here. Though still a mess, I can see it's important. Really? Where are you from? Do you mind sharing? Both sides lie. That's how they separate. Exactly. I agree, Big D. Yep. Both sides are liars. You know, I'm just not trusting anybody anymore. I just don't. I don't trust anybody anymore. Bubba's. Yes, thank you for the thumbs up, guys. If we can get a few more. The Netherlands. I never knew there was a bunch of more parties. Oh, you know what I heard? I was listening to somebody, a podcast, and they said they believe MGT is going to run for president in 2028. MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? That's how you say it. So that's what they're saying. They believe she's going to run for president. So, come here, baby. You heard that also? Yeah, I heard that. And I mean, if we're going to have a woman president, I think she'd be a good one. I mean, I don't know. Human heads displayed at Ecuador tourist beach in warning to gangs. What? Hold on real quick. Hold on, you guys. I gotta read this. Will there be a third party ever, you think? Well, there is. There's the, there's the Democrats, the Republicans, the, what do you call them? What's the middle party? I can't remember the name of it, you guys. 5 human heads were found on display at a tourist beach in Ecuador on Sunday, police said, as the country feels from a wave of gang violence. Images on social media showed 5 heads tied with ropes on 2 wooden posts on the beach in Puerto Lopez, a popular whale watching destination in the country's southwest. Independence, thank you. Beside them, a wooden board bore a message threatening gang members who extort protection payments, known locally as vaccine cards. The town belongs to us. Keep robbing fishermen and demanding vaccine cards. We already have you identified, it read. At the same beach in December, at least 9 people, including a baby, were in violence that authorities blamed on clashes between local gangs. Ecuador ended 2025 as its most violent year on record, with a homicide rate of 52 per 100,000. according to the Ecuadorian Observatory of Organized Crime. President Daniel Noboa has pledged to fight criminal organizations that have expanded their operations in Ecuadorian territory in connection with international drug cartels. But 2 years of military activity have failed to stem the bloodshed. Since 2021, Ecuador has experienced growing criminal violence by gangs operating in coordination with Colombian and Mexican cartels involved in drug trafficking. Wow. Very scary, you guys. We have several different parties here, and they all have dual citizens in each party. As I said earlier, bags of money from other countries and unions nominate the people you vote for. Yep, it's all money and power. That's what it is. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you for hanging out with me and giving me some social time. I don't have a lot of that. So I'm going to probably go take Sosa on another walk and get ready for my daughter and grandbabies to come over. I gotta sweep and mop and clean, and I'm tired. You too, it is what it is. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I have memberships if you would like to support the channel. Also, if you'd like to send a tip, don't feel obligated, but my Cash App is in the description of the video. And you guys have a great day. Love you guys. You too, Stromy. Nice to see you here. Love you guys. Have a great Sunday. God bless. Bye.